Hey guys, long time no see. So lately, not lately. Earlier, I was wondering. I was thinking about um, this thought that I was having. It was a particular thought. I'm not sure if you guys have ever thought about this, but it's about the instinct. Instinct of survival. Uh, uh, anyways, the instinct of survival. That instinct which we don't have very often lately, unless you're a individual that I don't know what what I'm trying to say, guys, is that that survival instinct is pretty peculiar because we now live in a society, in a community where you don't often need that sort of dude. I'm looking at myself right now, and it's killing my train of thought, because I'm all crooked and I can't see myself properly. This mirror is mirrored and stuff, so now I don't even know what I was talking about. What I'm trying to say, guys, is that it's been pretty tough. It's been pretty tough thinking that back in the day, you used to have this you know this this encounters, against wild animals, against wild beasts. I'm sure that's something many of you guys have heard many people talk about, obviously, because who doesn't like talking about cavemen and our ancestors and our old way of life, right? But like I was saying, back in those days, it was pretty normal, for people. I guess you could say it was mostly men or exclusively men because, males in nature are usually more physically dominant and physically stronger. So I guess it would be mostly men. I don't want to offend anyone. I don't have the best reputation in this channel, right? But but you guys know that it has never been my intention to offend anyone. But like I was saying, so they went out, right, and they were going out there, dude, with the intention of killing, the intention of hunting, and most of the time it was with the intention of surviving. That was basically their way of life. Their way of life was pure survival. Nothing, no fancy thing, no fancy things, no fancy food, no fancy living, no fancy shelter, housing. You know what I mean? Nothing. They had to live in caves, I believe. They had to hunt every day, and I believe that they probably didn't eat every single day because I don't think they were able to hunt something every single day. So I'm pretty sure many times they starved or they went days without eating. But that's not the point right here, guys. That's not even the point that we're talking about. The point that we're talking about, the talking that we're pointing. That I was about to say the talking that we're pointing about. The point that we're talking about is the survival instinct, right? So they went out. They would go out and they would have this instinct, right? That you see that saber tooth right there? It's coming right at us, and our family's right behind us. What are we gonna do? We have to protect them, right? And what are you doing in that situation, guys? What are you doing in that situation? Obviously, the adrenaline takes over and you start going crazy. You're like, what I'm saying? Like, start going crazy, dude. And you're like, nah, I gotta protect my family. I gotta protect my kids. I gotta protect my wife or whatever. This woman that I meet with. Because back then they were in a wives or no, like, matrimony, like, no special ceremonies that you know what I'm trying to say, right? You guys know what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that point is the family was still important though. Family was still very important. I imagine, because that's what makes us human, and that's what has always made us human. Like that close, the personal connections that we have with each other. You know what I mean? And the necessity that we have, of one another. That's what makes us humans. I believe, that necessity that every one of us, or at least most of us, and even if you don't have that necessity, if a person really doesn't have the necessity, it's because they have like an issue, like a very internal issue. I'm not saying it's wrong, obviously. I feel bad. I would feel completely bad for anyone, you know, who likes being alone, who wants to be left alone, because we're meant to be joined, as human beings, you know, as the human species. We're supposed to want to be with one another, man. We're supposed to want to do things together and team up with each other. You know what I'm saying? So you know, if you know someone that does that only wants that really wants to be alone, it's not because that's what they want or that's who they are. It's because there's something wrong going on with them, you know, or like something wrong going on in their brain or in their heart. You know what I mean? So you just don't leave that alone. You know what I'm saying? If you ever see something like that, because I don't know, man, it's bad, you know. But what I'm trying to say, that see, guys, you guys are always making me lose. Like, you guys always make me go. See, you guys don't even let me talk, guys. Like, I'm trying to talk to you about something, and you just make me lose my train of thought all the time, man. Like, always. And you guys were wondering why I wasn't making any videos or whatever. I mean, I know no one was wondering that, right? Because no one's gonna watch this anyways, or at least not many people. But what I'm trying, okay, let me just finish what I was trying to say, right? That instinct, right? What was it saying? Oh yeah, that oh yeah, I gotta protect my family, right? I gotta protect my kids. I gotta protect my wife or my family. You know what I mean? I gotta protect the people that I live with. You know, I gotta protect the people that I live with, that I wake up with, you know, that I sleep with, that I eat with. You know what I'm saying? And what happens in that moment is that the adrenaline takes over, and the will of living doesn't really matter to you anymore. You know, the will of living, you know, is like secondary at that point. You know what I'm saying? The whole point of your existence at that point is giving your life for those who matter to you. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that matters at that moment. You know what I'm saying? When you're facing that saber-toothed tiger, man, the only thing that matters right here is giving your life for the ones that matter. Why? Because it's a moment of weakness. It's a moment of what? It's a moment of, you know, of danger, man. Like, it's a moment of flight or fight, you know. And at that moment, you can't do anything but fight. So what do? Your body takes over, man. And you're like, you know, I gotta do this. You know, it doesn't matter if I die. The only thing that matters is that the human species survives, right? So, point of that whole thing. Point of that, right? Now that we've gotten that point across, what was it trying to say? I mean that was the point I was trying to get across, right? But what I was also trying to say is that it's pretty interesting, you know, that we've kept that instinct, you know, we've kept that instinct even until these days, you know. It's been thousands of years, man, thousands of years, and we still have this instinct. But the bad thing about that instinct is that, like I said at the start of the video, we don't always need that instinct, man. We don't. Luckily, unfortunately, some people do, right? Like people that live in wars and stuff. You know, people that are actually struggling to eat. You know what I'm saying? But for the majority of us, or like at least the people that are able to or have the means to watch this video, we don't have to be in that state of fear, that state of fight or flight mode every single time. You know what I'm saying? And what happens is that when you feel bad, like really, really bad, you know, when you internally feel like there's nothing you can do, you know, when you inside you feel like there's nothing there, you feel like nothing matters. You're in that situation, man. You're in that same situation, facing the saber-toothed tiger. You know, nothing matters now. Nothing matters but giving my life. You know what I'm saying? So the only difference is that you're no longer facing that saber-toothed tiger. Now you're inside a car going down the expressway at 200 miles per hour. Now what, dude? You know what I'm saying? You're mad, you're sad, you're upset, and you're suddenly in that flight or fight mode. And what do? You know? You know what I'm saying? You're facing down the cliff, wondering what you've done wrong. You know? You know what I'm saying? And suddenly, you're no longer facing that saber-tooth tiger. You know, you were angry. You're like, oh, I gotta get my life. I gotta get my life. Nothing matters anymore. You know, I fear. Unfortunately, I fear that many men feel like that. Obviously, many women too. But like I said, also at the start of the video, many men feel this way, especially this exact way that I just described, because of that instinct. You know, that instinct of giving my life. You know, like I'm angry. You're like angry. You're upset. You're scared. You know, you're scared. But man, that says a lot, man. Like, that says a lot, man. How are you gonna tell me that every single day of your life you're gonna be in this state of fear, man? Compared to the fear of being in front of a saber-toothed tiger? You're telling me that waking up and living your life is comparable to facing a beast, man, that could tear you, you know, limb from limb? You know? You're gonna tell me that waking up every single day is comparable to that fear, to that pain? You know? To that sadness of seeing your family get devoured by wild beasts? You're telling me that waking up? You're telling me that waking up is really that much, man? You know? You're gonna tell me that living with yourself, living in your own skin, is as tough as facing death? No, it really isn't. It's not the same. It obviously isn't the same. Everyone knows it. It's obvious. Why would it be the same? It's not the same. Obviously, right? It's not the same. So why must many of us feel this way? You know? I don't know. But it's obviously not the same. And you obviously should know that it's not the same. And you should know that we have the luxury of waking up, you know, walking down the street without having to face saber-toothed tigers, you know. We have the luxury of being worried about, you know, if she really loves me for who I am. We have that luxury, you know, of thinking, damn, did I really mean to say that? You know, we have that luxury of, fuck, I messed up by doing this. Or, damn, I messed up by saying this. Or, damn, I really messed up. Like, I really messed up doing this other thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what I'm trying to say, to be honest, at this point. But what I'm trying to say is that it's not the same. It's not the same. And we obviously should not ever feel this type of way. And if you do, you should definitely look for help, right? Because it does help. Like, professional help definitely helps, I guess. Sometimes, you know. I mean, it has to be consistent help. I'm not saying I'm getting any type of help, because I mean, honestly speaking, I did, but like that was a while back ago. You know what I mean? That was a while back ago. But years ago. You know what I mean? Like years ago, long time ago. But like recently, Like psychology wise, nah, nothing crazy, nothing crazy. The if I must be, we chilling, we chilling. But what I'm trying to say is that if you need it, definitely look for it, man. Look for it definitely because you shouldn't feel like waking up. It's like giving your life. You know what I mean? And you know, and if you're in that situation where you're going down the expressway at 200 miles per hour, man, not only are you risking your own life, you're risking everyone else's lives. You know what I mean? Like many people's other lives. And I mean, but man, you should definitely not risk your life over something that's not worth it. You know what I mean? Over something that's not your protecting your family, which was the example which we gave. You know what I mean? All right, that's it.